Hi everyone and welcome back to the Pixel Forge podcast, episode 34. I'm one of your hosts, Sean. I'm here with my other co-host, Josh.
What's up?
And every week we go through everything to do with our businesses, to everything in the world of gaming and the world of Warhammer. And this week we've been busy. And I know you've been busy with the Warhammer side. There's been a lot of information this week.
I think I talked about it last week, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you said it was coming to preview, the last episode.
Yeah, because where we recorded it anyway. Yeah. You know the deal with the recording now, so.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on, I say, well, gaming, definitely in the world of Warhammer this week. Yeah, so I think we're going to dive straight into the gaming side.
I have no business updates this week.
That's why I didn't stuck. That's why I just
listen, you got to bring it up. You got to at least say we haven't got anything.
All right, I do not have anything, guys. All right, into the gaming side. Quickly, what have you been playing this week? You been playing anything decent this week?
I've been Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein.
Yeah, getting through that. I think I've almost finished it.
Okay.
And that's about it, to be honest. Because I'm giving myself like a few weeks grace of like I'm just going to focus on work and then resting and work and resting. Which, to be fair, I think's been a good thing because I feel like I'm getting to work when I have to go in early. Like I feel like I've rested. I don't feel like I'm staying up and then feeling like crap afterwards. So.
No, I hear that.
But yeah, Wolfenstein 2.
Nah, cool. I've been playing. Obviously, I finished Mafia, old country.
Wow, you blitzed through that.
Yeah, that's a fun game. Really, really good game. Really fun.
I need to play Hell as us.
It's a typical Mafia game, but I think the story does grip you a lot better. Like especially towards the end. Oh my god, I felt it. It was a good game. Like really good game.
That's good.
Also, we're playing Star Wars Outlaws.
Did you carry on playing it?
I've definitely been carrying on playing it. It's a fun game so far. I've quite enjoyed it. I know the criticism when it first came out, how it wasn't all that and this and the other. Obviously, it's had upgrades now and whatever it's had up to now. So, but
I don't think it looked that good though. Do you see what I mean?
I saw it. I did see it, but I looked past it because the game's quite fun. Like, I'm having a good time playing it. I'm having a good time.
Yeah,
and playing Wolfenstein 2 as well on my Switch. When you played it, I had no choice but to play it as well on my Switch. I was in bed. I've been in bed all week pretty much. So I'm like, okay, let's play my Switch.
Wolfenstein's like one of those games where, like, you know, when you have like TV shows and movies that you'll put on the background and run through. Oh, when I ran like just before Christmas, when I ran through all the Harry Potters again. Yeah. Right. This is the same thing. Like at some point, you're going to run through all of the Wolfensteins just because you can.
It's crazy. No, it's good. But yeah, that's what I'm playing this week. All right, moving on to the news. We have Rockstar's on fire.
Oh, don't wind me up about this. Shut up.
So obviously early mornings of the other day, I can't remember what day it was now, but they had a boiler that exploded in Rockstar North in Edinburgh.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't believe it the way everybody's posted up. There's been an explosion at Rockstar. Trying to make out as if it was the union people. They've come back. Ooh.
Stop it.
That's crazy.
So obviously, it wasn't a huge explosion, like a mini explosion, I guess.
It was a boiler explosion.
Boiler explosion, yeah. Obviously, no one was injured. Thank God, no one was like, no deaths or injuries, as they said.
I mean, what kind of fucking boiler would it be if there was deaths?
That'd be wild.
That's crazy.
I know. There's probably still people in the building because.
Oh, of course there was. Yeah.
They got to get GTA 6 out. Someone's working somewhere. There's no one not in that building. But I don't think obviously everyone's speculating. Oh, is it going to be delayed now? It's just stupid. Like, it's not going to get delayed. It's
not like the office was exploded. It's just a boiler.
Just a boiler. Yeah.
Yeah. I was a bit pissed off because of the way all these outlets are making it out to be. Like, I even saw one where they've made up like this fake picture of people putting out fires in an office with all like different like images of GTA. like I get it, but calm the fuck down. That because the problem is with all the stuff of that union stuff that's going on, you're fueling disinformation into all that because there will be people that will think that's a retaliation because of all of that stuff. It probably is. Well, I'm confident it isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to think that. Then people are going to think that the office exploded and there's no more office. Like, do you know what I mean? There's all these different things. There's just report what it is. A boiler has gone off and exploded. That's it. That's all it is. There's articles I see where it says explosion at Rockstar. Christ, what the Christ happened? I'm going to think like an AC-130 just blitzed through the area. No, it's a boiler, dude.
I thought this whole building went up.
Yeah. What's going on? I was at work because I was on the computer at work and I clicked on it. As soon as I saw boiler, I went, fuck this, closed it, mate. What the hell? Disinformation is a problem.
It's crazy.
But luckily, but main thing, everyone's
Everyone's fine,
safe.
yeah,
I
everyone's
say
fine.
happy. That's probably not the right
that's
term.
the
But
main thing.
everyone's safe. That's the main thing. But stop disinformation, you fools.
I'm going to keep on a theme of GTA 6 right now. So basically, there's a person that's in hospital right now.
Oh, I read
the
this.
patient. I think you might have read it.
Yeah, I read it.
Obviously, reached out. There's a heartfelt plea on LinkedIn to a developer at
LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think it was on LinkedIn.
This
I
is
think it was on
such an
LinkedIn. So the person must have
unusual-
reached out to the developers on LinkedIn.
Such an unusual.
I mean, to be fair, everyone's on LinkedIn most of the time anyway.
Yeah, but normally with that sort of stuff, I guess it's probably one of the easier ways to get to direct. But I would have anyway. It's besides the point.
Yeah. So obviously, there's a patient out there that's terminal illness. How many months? I think it was like 6 to 12 months to live or something.
Oh,
like
is
that.
it really? I didn't know
so
the
it's
time
like
frame.
it's a very short time frame. Begging, I was not really begging, but just pleading to get hands on with GTA just in case they don't make it to the release of the game.
Yeah, right.
So they managed, I guess, to reach out and get this sorted out for him, the person. So, which is cool. I mean, at least. I mean, it's not the full game. It's just like the playtest, like the It's just like that. So you're going to play some kind of version of the game, the full version. But that's cool. At least they got to get hands on if they're not around to play it in the future.
Yeah, fair play. To be fair, with all the shit going on with Rockstar at the moment, I think that's a small
little win.
Bit of win. Like, I say win. I don't mean it. Disregarding the person, but you know what I mean. Like. Rockstar probably equally needed as much to help
leaks,
the community and
fake fires.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, there's all that stuff. So I'm glad they were able to facilitate that. Beside the point.
Yeah, that's cool. Another little shake up as well. Division 3, senior producer from Division series. Stop it. You know what I'm gonna say?
I know what you're gonna say, but I breathed in that God knows what. Christ. It's not that shocking, but I know what it is.
Division Series Junior Gertrude has announced his departure from Ubisoft and heading over to the Battlefield studios.
Yeah.
So
there's two things to that. Right?
What's the two?
One, when you said they said it's being developed, I looked at an article. They said they were doing it 2 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, because I looked. So I was like,
that then.
Yeah, no, because I was like, let me have a look, and then I typed, obviously, searching it, and it was like 2 years ago they said it was in development. So I don't know why they, but I imagine what you had seen, because I think there was some other stuff.
There was a recent interview or something.
Yeah, I think there was. It's that. I'm pretty sure it was that guy did an interview. The other funny thing about that is the fact that you brought it up and said, yeah, it's in development, and they're fucking lead, like, what is he? Lead creative or something like that.
Senior producer.
Yeah, he's
just gone.
Crazy.
That was wild. To be fair.
To be fair, I guess Ubisoft's cooked at this point. There's all that stuff with being bought out and the studio closures, and they closed. What studios did they close recently?
Oh, they did as well.
Was it a UK one? Wasn't it?
I think so. There was a UK. Was it? Wasn't Canadian? No.
No, it was. I can't remember. I'm sure they closed. There's a
close
lot
the
going on with Ubisoft.
Yeah.
To be honest, and it wouldn't surprise me if his leaving is preordained that there's going to be a lot of layoffs.
You just getting out the door early.
Yeah, because that's where I worked before. That's what happened. Like, lots of the big wigs were leaving, and then there was mass layoffs after the fact. So like these people were getting hints.
So every
ahead
Sunday
of time.
It was like a newsletter. Oh, someone else left now.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, and these are big people. So yeah. It's a shame, really.
Okay.
Ubisoft. I think at this point, Ubisoft should just get bought out like EA.
Yeah, it should do. Resident Evil, more coming next year or this year. Sorry, I'm not talking about next year. I keep thinking my mind just.
Yeah.
So basically, Resident Evil Code Veronica remake is planned to be announced this year. So I never really played them. So like I know.
Code Veronica's pretty good. Code Veronica's pretty good. It's one of those ones where it's a tie-in, so like it ties into the main storyline pretty well, because you've got some tie-in Resi games that don't, it's like whatever. But like for example, like in Requiem in 9, Thingy's mum is a character from Resident Evil Outbreak. But that's like a loose connection. That's not. Whereas with Code Veronica, like it's got quite a strong connection to the main timeline and has an actual impact. So yeah, Code Veronica's quite a big one to get. And I've got the 360 version, because they re-released it for the.
Oh, is it?
They did like that. Yeah, I guess it's a re-release on the 360. So you have that as well. A bit like when they did the Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 HD classic.
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Code Veronica's cool. I'd be happy to play it through, especially if it gets the Resi. Well, if it gets the graphical Resi 2, 3 upgrade, hopefully they don't affect the story too much. I don't think Code Veronica needs... I get maybe why 2 and 3 had a bit of work done to them to kind of fit into whatever they were doing, but Code Veronica I don't think needed that much... won't need that much changing, I don't think.
No, hey. I think right now, like Resident Evil, that's all they're kind of doing right now, just remaking all their games. Like, I think pretty much they do this one.
I think even 5 was rumoured at one point.
Oh, there's probably not even rumoured. It's probably happening.
Yeah.
Like, every one of these games is going to get redone. It's almost like Last of Us at this point. It's like every time it's like... how many times can you keep doing this game? Like
20 releases of the same
insane,
game.
Yeah.
And a TV show. They've done like, what, 6 movies, 2 free TV shows?
It's insane. I mean, we like the game and stuff, but bloody hell. Like, give me something new. That's why, I guess, last little bit of news here. We had a little brief chat about this, but Marathon, it's finally coming out. Was it March 5th?
Mm-hmm.
It's coming to Xbox, PlayStation, March 5th. Obviously, you get a standard edition, deluxe, and collector's edition as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this game was announced, 2023. It was announced. Yeah. Obviously, they've been dealing with the leadership changes, legal challenges, plagiarism scandals, all sorts.
I even think the marathon. I even think the pre-orders were leaked before they revealed that trailer as well.
You think so?
Well, I read some stuff online saying that people had seen the leaks because I saw some stuff saying the leaks are real.
Xbox done it, innit? Xbox leaked it.
Was it really?
Yeah. They said Xbox leaked it.
Makes a change. Usually it's PlayStation.
Being into it for once. But Marathon, I know obviously you got to play test it.
Yeah.
I had one go at it. I wasn't feeling it that much. I mean, looking at the trailers now, it looks okay. Like, I'm still not convinced. I don't know why. I'm still not convinced in that game. And it's hard because obviously on the heels now of Arc Raiders, it's going to be hard to compete. I don't know. I think this is like... I think you're only getting most of that game, the players that are going to play this game, I believe probably going to be more Destiny people. Because if it's like...
I don't know.
If it's going to have that feel of Destiny, maybe...
It doesn't though.
It doesn't. I felt like it did a little bit.
Maybe the wackiness of the universe, but that's about it. I wouldn't say that. And you got to bear in mind, which obviously we were talking about before.
Yeah.
The next big content update was meant to come out 3rd of March for Destiny. This is coming out the 5th. They're not going to release 2 at the same time.
No.
To me, if you wanted people on Destiny to play Marathon, delaying their next big update to push that release date in is not the way to do it.
No, it's not.
I certainly wouldn't do it. If I was like convinced I wanted Marathon and playing Destiny, I would leave it. I'd let it run until, I'd probably even let it run till summer until we get the next update and then do that. Like, don't get me wrong, there's like the content break at the moment with Destiny and stuff, and I know there's a few people that usually do content that I've seen like slow down, but I don't think the way they've done it makes sense. I feel, and I've said this already, I think Marathon's going to be a big problem for Bungie. Just out of, it's not, I don't think it's going to, but PlayStation are going to absorb Bungie by the minimum. By the end of this year, Bungie will be gone as an entity. It will just be PlayStation Studios, and obviously you'll have the names Bungie, but like it'll be through and through a PlayStation studio. It won't be like Bungie and
they're already kind of pulling the strings of there anyway.
No, that's it. That's exactly way. And there's no way on God's green earth Marathon is going to pull Bungie out of some rut. It just won't happen.
No.
Like, I've even started seeing comments where people who play Destiny are upset because they're like, you've dropped the quality of content. Don't get me wrong, Renegades is great, by the way. Yeah. But like, people are already saying like, you've pulled resources and content from the game I want to focus on and play and keep playing to release this game that I have no interest in, on top of then delaying a content update because you've put the release date 2 days after it. Do you know what I mean? So, it's tit for tat. It's the same with any game, but it's like Sixth Sense and stuff, right? That move gives me a sixth sense that Marathon is going to be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I don't believe it's going to... I mean, it will sell. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think they priced it up for like £40. Like
$40 as well.
I think it's, yes. I think it's about the same price as Arc Raiders, to be fair. I think they've...
Yeah, it's got to be. Do you think people sell anymore? Oh, absolutely not.
Obviously, you're going to pay more for the deluxe and the collector's edition. Fair enough.
The collector's is nice, by the way. That statue is really pretty.
Yeah,
I do like the statue.
So obviously, there's a new DualSense controller and a Pulse Elite headset coming as well, themed in a Marathon theme, which is pretty cool as well. Like, the controller looks alright.
There's Destiny pre-order bonuses as well.
Yes.
There's a
You're going to get some stuff for Destiny as well.
There's a marathon pack for pre-order, and then there's a free pack out today. At the time of recording, there's a free Destiny pack which has like a shader and like some themed emotes and stuff like that. I think even that's pretty confusing because I've seen the pack you're supposed to get one way, and then another article or something's reporting it's the other way around, and it's the thing that you pre-order is that, and it was just very confusing. And Bungie released stuff. Again, it all feels a bit like
PlayStation saying one thing, Bungie saying another.
Yeah, it just feels a bit.
No one
like,
knows what's going on. Like,
yeah,
in
I
direction.
don't know.
But yeah, standard edition of the game is going to be $34.99. The deluxe edition is going to be $49.99, and if you want the collectors,
85 a bit.
No, 170. Wait, hold up.
Is that without the game as well?
So actually, no. So you got 220. This is dollars actually. So this one's in dollars, but it says $229.99 with game code, or 170 without.
Yep, they do that for Destiny as well. Yeah. Same thing.
So, but it's a statue that's cool. Like the statue.
I think it's really. I think we said I like the art style of. Although I mean, I say that it was already plagiarized as it is, but I like the I like the art style of the game. Definitely, I think that's definitely a flavour I like. It gives me Blade Runner vibes, you know, like all that stuff.
That's cool.
But I just, I think that would have been a really cool game if it had a single player thing and had some sort of element of that.
People have been speculating. It's not even gonna. Nothing's been announced or happen or nothing like that. But people said, if it does well, would they then move into like have a story kind of a mode or a new game off of it, like spin off of it and do like a single player story?
Unless they drop Destiny, unless that's the only game they're developing, they won't do that.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. With Destiny, right, it's hard because you put so many years and years and years into that game. Like you can't just all of a sudden just. Unless I say the studio gets shut down or Sony just...
Destiny was their big, like, we've gotten out of... I mean, again, we've talked about the turbulence of that, but Destiny was like this big, we've gotten out of being under some overlord and we can make our own thing. And then look at what's happened.
Yeah, right back into that.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Right back.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's about it for me for now. So...
If you're not watching the video, you've got no idea what I'm doing. That's insane. Warhammer, innit? I'm sorry, there's no Wargaming news bar. It's Warhammer. I mean, that's kind of the... I should just call it Warhammer news. Sometimes I'll have Wargaming stuff, but anyway. I think... I know not last few times I've been doing the news, but because I'm breaking down the reveal show and it gives us a bit... I've got a bit of stuff I'd like to, to talk about, all that jazz. We'll do the free models first, especially because for those of you with a keen eye for where the cameras are, and when I get to putting the picture on the video, one of them isn't technically a unit.
We'll save that one till last.
We'll save that one till last. So there's 3 models. One of them is, they're 3 models. I've never specifically said it's 3 Space Marine models. I've always said it's 3 models, and thus we have 3 models. Indeed. So Shawnee boy, Picarino.
Big boy at the back.
Yes. Just built him. I got him at Christmas. This is Kaito. I feel like I've talked about him before, but I think only in excerpts. So I don't think I've actually.
Is this Age of Sigmar?
No, this is no.
Why do I think it was?
No, I'm deleting that. Anyway, Kaito Sicarius, he's basically captain of the second company. There's some stuff to that actually, and I apologise. I was actually wrong about a couple of the things with Titus taking over the company. The second company from him.
Okay.
He's actually is the captain of the second company. From what I've read online, and I'll confirm this the next time, Titus has become, I guess, like a chapter master or captain of a chapter for a separate group that Gilliman has created to take on the 500 worlds.
Okay.
I can't remember the bloody name. I thought I'd written it down, but I'm an idiot and I haven't. So he is still technically he's still technically second. I will confirm all of those details and probably put it in like the Wargaming news for next week, I imagine. Anyway, yes. So Kaito Sicarius, bold, fearless, ferocious. He's an ambitious Ultramarines captain. Again, he's second company captain, and he's known for like the battles he can't. He's just a Again, we've talked about this before. All the captains of chapters that are in control of those they're just the bee's knees.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
He looks elite. Anyway. He looks crazy.
And he's had numerous victories against Necrons, Orcs, Tau, and all of those victories have kind of cemented him as one of the chapter's heroes. In particular, that at one point he went missing in the Great Rift, in the warp, and he actually survived that and came back out, further proving how like.
So if he goes missing, does someone else take his?
So when
leadership?
so where he went missing, Titus took over for a little bit, and then when all the stuff happened with Titus, he magically came back, took back over, taking over the second company, because you had Akaran at that point as well. I have to get dot the T's and I's for the timelines, but yeah, he's captain of the second company.
But technically, if he left and if someone else gets promoted, how can he come back and be like, yo, take his spot back? Do you know that makes sense? Because
going missing, he can. If he chose to leave the Space Marines, then yeah. But him being missing, it's like a Spartan, isn't it? Spartans are always in active duty because they're MIA.
Yeah.
Even if we know they're dead, Spartans are MIA, so they're always in active duty. He was lost to the warp, and they had to have someone lead the chapter in the interim.
Okay.
So that's like I guess like temporary command, stuff like that. So, but yes, he is. Also very much like reminiscent of like the old breed of Space Marines. He's an old Space Marine. He's still got on the app, he's still got his original Space Marine model on there and stuff. So he went through the Neris upgrade, but he's very much like he lives that. He's kind of like, when I say like I might do something, I'm a bit old school. That's what he is. He's like that. He does things old school way, which I guess works because he gets shit done.
Instead of going to war with a pistol, he got the sword like that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? He even took the helmet on, is just holding it. Yeah, and one of the things I guess he does as well is because of people like Titus, where they're now like running their own chapters and divisions and all that stuff. Like his job is harder because he's got to keep up his own appearance, so to speak, of like he's still the top dog and still a higher ranking captain, which again he is for his exploits, but yeah, like he's got to prove himself even more, I guess, because it's like you said, like if you're off work for ages no dig there, if you're off work for ages, you come back, you kind of have to reaffirm your, like, you still are the same skilled person, it's just
I get it.
Woo! Yes, but yeah, that's Kaito Sakarius. He's pretty cool. It's a really nice model. I'm glad I managed to get hold of him. It's a really nice model.
Yeah.
A pretty good upgrade. Yeah, and oddly, I need to check my facts, to be fair, because oddly in the app he's just Kaito Sakarius. He's not actually captain.
Because that helmet looks like almost like a Roman style with the...
Yeah, it's Ultramarines. I mean, their U is Greek.
Yeah.
It's,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's Kaito. Pretty cool guy.
Let's get this guy. So
this chap is a Phobos Marine, but in particular he's part of the Death Watch. As you can tell that he's got, the shoulder with all like the
first off, I picked it up, I thought it was a Mandalorian. I don't know why. You know what I picked it up? He looked like a Mandalorian at first. I was like, what?
It kind of, I guess Phobos does kind of have that vibe, especially.
He's got that vibe. Yeah, if you look at the figure, he definitely does have that vibe.
Well, Phobos Diamond Marines, I think we've covered this before. Phobos Marines are designed for recon speciality.
You can tell, like he's like a scout.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, that type of thing. In particular, for these guys in the Death Watch, they'll be designed for like, they'll use active camo to infiltrate. They're designed to camouflage. Sorry, I've got sabotage there. Camouflage. They'll sabotage and eliminate key like Xenos targets, because the Death Watch is like, I'm pretty sure it's the Ordo Xenos, which is like purely, they are anti anything else, but they're purely anti alien.
Yeah,
which is Xenos. So like that a lot of Death Watch in general is all anti Xenos. You can get different divisions of that, but in particular, this would be for the Xenos. And much like this unit, which is an infiltrator, you're having cursors, reavers, and eliminators as well. They're all very much have the similar armor set up and similar stealth and sabotage tactics. And they basically, getting these Marines basically gave the Death Watch like that more tactical, precise edge that they didn't necessarily have before. Like when you thought of Death Watch, like in the beginning of Space Marine 2,
yes,
obviously you're playing Titus in the Death Watch with all those other Space Marines. It's very much that. Like they're very much like, just offensive teams, whereas when getting the infiltrators and the reavers and stuff like that, they can mix up that tactic and do more tactically inserted roles. I mean, and especially with the Death Watch are even, I guess, to an extent, the original kill team. So kill teams would be Death Watch before, and now, like, as the game's developed and stuff, kill team has become its own game mode, and you can just use squads as kill teams. But traditionally, it would be the Death Watch were kill teams. The Death Watch is a kill team you send in, not just, you know, like 10 Phobos Marines, they're a kill team. No, it'd be the Death Watch. And again, it gives, I guess, lastly, it gives the Death Watch like a Black Ops element. The Death Watch is kind of Black Ops anyway, but like this embodies that tactical, like, stealth element that you'd expect of a Black Ops unit. But yeah, again, even though it's a Phobos Marine, specifically this one was, and this was a store anniversary model. This is the one Rich does Wargaming helped me get, because I couldn't get hold of it because of work and an interview and stuff, and Rich managed to get a couple of extra ones for me. Well, one more, should I say, for me. So thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate it.
Cheers, Rich.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Didn't get my Rich.
Screw you. Yeah, that's Death Watch Marine.
Yeah. Let's have a look at last little thing.
Last but not least, this is a deep strike beacon.
Yeah, it's a beacon.
Yeah, so I guess this is like what ODST would use if they needed a beacon to tell you where the pods went. It's a compact locator device used by most Space Marines, most units, Terminators typically. This will be with a Terminator squad. You might find Death Watch, if they tactically insert, will use a similar thing, but realistically, you're definitely going to see it on Terminators, 100%. Terminators will always have a deep strike beacon associated with them. And it basically allows, I guess, from a lore perspective and a game perspective, it allows you to kind of just drop straight into shit and just start doing stuff. It's not like when you start, like, especially with the game, I guess it's the game and the lore's the same. Like, you typically have like your base of operations and then like where the mission starts, right? But with that, you can, again, like ODST, you could just have a ship fly over, drop Terminators into the middle of an enemy force and just start playing from there. And that's what that beacon's for. And again, as I said, it's mainly Terminators. You've got Vanguard units, so typically like Phobos and Infiltrator, Phobos, like Infiltrators and Cursors, you'll typically get them using it as well. Or you might see them used with drop pods, because there's big like Space Marine drop pods you can get that have teams in them and stuff like that. And yeah, so I guess it's, as I said, it's good for like tactical insertions. I don't know how often you would use that and then follow it up with like a stealth unit. I think typically you'd want like quite an offensive force to be using the deep strike beacons, but again, I guess it depends on in which case you would use it. Much like in the Death Watch, they would probably deep strike infiltrators deep behind enemy lines, so not necessarily in the heat of battle and stuff like that. So again, it kind of depends on where its use is, but 100% guaranteed Terminators will have a deep strike beacon, 100%, 100%. Nice. Yeah, that's the three models. Something slightly different.
Yep, a lot different.
Yes, but however, we've now got some good time to talk about wargaming news.
Indeed.
And I thought it would be good to cover the Warhammer preview show, the New Year's show for 2026. Just gone. When was it? Like last week? Friday? Yeah,
last week Friday. I think it was.
Yeah. Whole bunch of stuff. I talked about what the speculations were. I can confirm some of those, and some of those we'll talk about. I'll go over what was shown, and then I'll go into a bit of details, and I'll kind of talk about some of the characters and stuff that are in those. So we had the Red Corsairs, which is a Chaos faction. We had more Eldari. We had a new narrative expansion, the Maelstrom. Ossorak, Bone Reapers, we had those, so those are like the bony guys for Age of Sigmar. Tsinch and the Lumineth Realm Lords, which is more Age of Sigmar. Blood Bowl, which again is fantasy. Some stuff around Warhammer animations for Warhammer Plus. New Custodes for the Horus Heresy, more Horus Heresy stuff, and then a Iron Warriors 40k tease, which we'll get into in a moment. But first, I'm going to start with Warhammer 40k. Did you manage to watch the show at all?
No. I forgot to.
This guy was just chilling at home, doing nothing.
Literally, I forgot.
Yeah, no. So, Warhammer 40k. So, one of the first things that got confirmed was the Red Corsairs.
Okay.
They're one of the most successful, like, Space Marine pirate groups.
That's the white and red.
what the
I'm thinking something else.
You're thinking of White Scars. No, these are like Chaos Space Marines. They're just red. Red
just
Corsairs. Red Corsairs, not green or blue or black. Red.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're one of the largest like pirate groups. So while they're still Chaos. We'll get to some other ones when they're not. But yeah, they're Chaos Force, more specifically pirates. And some of the things they got a new Huron Blackheart model, which is like one of the key figures. Expanded range of models. Their theme is like, I guess, fast, brutal, and just piratey chaos stuff. Really. Yeah. And Huron Blackheart was once Luft Huron, he was a chapter master of the Astral Claws, which was in Horus Heresy was a loyalist chapter that obviously turned traitor and then became the Red Corsairs, obviously. Well, I'll say became. And that was before they were Astral Claws, before he caused the rebellion during the Babda War. And during that war, funny enough, he was almost killed by a melter blast. So it's like a big, heavy, like shotgun thing, right? Oh, shit. And basically, as most Chaos Space Marines at that level do, he basically kind of made a deal with the Chaos Gods, and they basically brought him back and augmented him with like lots of demon augments and stuff like that. And then again, he came back as Huron Blackheart. And as I said, he leads the Red Corsairs. But there's some pretty cool models. Obviously, you'll see them now. There's some really cool models. One of the things I was particularly interested in was in the big reveal box. At the very back, you can see some Traitor Guard. Okay. But I could be wrong, but from what I could see, they did look like new models for the Traitor Guard. So I'll be very interested to see that box like fleshed out a bit more and see what's going on there.
See what's in there.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, Red Corsairs, pretty cool. I know there's a lot of people quite happy about that. I'll still stick with my Black Legion, just, general Chaos Space Marines. But yeah, Red Corsairs. And speaking of Corsairs, we then had the Eldari Corsairs, which are basically, once again, Eldari pirates, like space elf pirates, basically. Where with these chaps are pirates, they're slightly different to the Red Corsairs because they're different in the sense that they kind of sit between good and bad. They're just pirates. You know, like how pirates aren't inherently evil and they're not really good. The Corsairs are just pirates. They just do their thing. Do you know what I mean? They'll take on whoever they have to. They'll all that sort of stuff. But coming with it, I can't talk today, is a new Prince Uriel model, which is I think it's one of the oldest models that GW has. And it's finally got an update. Now they need to do Katchan, please. So a new model for him. They've updated some of the Corsair units, like obviously, updates to the kits. We've got a new plastic Viper, which is basically like a attack bike with a gunner and a driver. Okay. And then a sleeved Void Raider aesthetic. So yeah, like again, they're kind of, how to explain it. Have you seen Treasure Planet?
Oh, a long time ago.
So
Jesus Christ.
so if you think of Treasure Planet and the pirates in Treasure Planet, that's kind of what the Eldari are doing. Okay. So they're just vibing and all that stuff, right? But yeah, so Prince Uriel is one of the most infamous Eldari and the most infamous Eldari pirate to sail the 7 systems. I don't think there's 7 systems, but anyway. He's a very strong commander. I imagine if he was still like a good Eldari, he'd probably be quite a significant element to an army. He's quite significant because he once wielded the Cursed Spear of Twilight, which is a big like magic weapon to save Lyndan, which is a craft world. All Eldar planets are called craft worlds, but I believe it was destroyed by the Tyranids. Or if it wasn't destroyed, it's pretty much ruined by the Tyranids. So he tried to stave that off. Obviously, he wasn't able to. And I think that's probably part of that descent into like not being completely loyal, good boy Eldari and kind of getting into that pirate theme. But yeah, he's pretty cool. And again, of course, they sit between Craftworld and Drukhari. Drukhari are like the evil Eldari. So they're just, as I said, they're just pirates.
Just pirates, yeah. Just
you know what I mean? This is what it is. Yeah, that's Eldari Corsair. So pretty cool stuff. I'm not super into Eldari. Some of the models are really nice. I think getting updated kits like that are always nice because like you see the modern sleekness to some of them that they deserve, whereas some of the older kits are a bit more clunky, which is fine, but like they're just thick because of the technology, not so much because they're meant to be, I guess. And then lastly, for 40k was the narrative expansion. So it's called the Maelstrom Lair of the Tyrant. There's new lore and campaign rules coming out. So again, this is all of those things, like when the 500 Wells, there's all new campaigns and lore following that as well. It's kind of focused on like that pirate theme. So pirates, renegades, all the warp front, like battle all across the warp frontier and stuff like that. Very much like, unironically enough, in Destiny, there was like a whole pirate season of the Splicer. I think it was like a whole pirate themed season.
Yeah.
And you were doing like boarding ships and doing all that sort of stuff. That's kind of what this feels like it's going to be, like that type of stuff. But one of the most significant things in there, and me and Chris had a chat about it, was there's going to be a tool in there for you to create your own custom characters.
Okay.
So like as in, so let's say, you know, like a Cajun Castellan we've had on the podcast before, right? That model, you could put that model inside a Sentinel Scout, like the chicken walkers, and make that a character. There's never, from my recent memory, there's never been anything where you could like basically create your own character out of stuff like that. So it'd be very cool to see, and I think that might help with some of like the older armies that don't necessarily, like, again, going back to it, the Catachan, they haven't had an model update in God knows how long. But until then, you could probably spice things up, because they've got a lot of like special hero units that came out, but they're not they're in Legends, so you can't actually use them. But you could take those models and put them into a modern, like a modern Sentinel, and almost legitimize them again.
Okay, so
it's how I would see it.
Doing that, then, if you used to do that, using that in a game, or with the rules mainly adjust to that, or
I don't know the specifics. Too tough for that, but I'm assuming it will be within the parameters of, if you put a Castellan in a Sentinel, the rules will be centered around it's a Sentinel with a leadership buff. So it'll probably be a Sentinel model with that Castellan in it, but then you can call commands that unit can use. So if it's like, I don't know, like rallying cry as a skill that the Castellan can use, you can use it out of that model. So it's almost like, kind of like having a tank commander. So you have Lehman Russ tanks, then you have a Lehman Russ tank commander, and that tank commander has a different element. So you could do the same thing with this with a Sentinel. You could have three Sentinels. One of them is a Sentinel commander. Yeah. And he has do you know what I mean? I imagine it'll be stuff like that. I don't think it's going to go crazy with the rules, but I imagine there'll be limits. But I just think, from the point I was making, I just think it would be a good way for people to bring like their old
get some of their old kit, like they
old kits and models, and put them on newer vehicles, and
that's it.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, pretty cool stuff for 40k. Not as much humanity stuff for me as I'd like, but it's all cool, the same, all that stuff. It's quite nice to get 2 new factions, so to speak, and updates to them, and then have that expansion book, because you can tell the direction that it's going to go, that it's going to be like Chaos and Eldari. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so yeah, that was 40k. There's a little bit in there. Move on to Age of Sigmar. I'm just checking. Okay, so warhammer Age of Sigmar, a few things happened here. We had the Bone Reapers. They got like a whole range of stuff. They got new archers, new chariots. They got a new like spearhead box. You know, when I said to you the combat patrol for 40k, spearhead is that equivalent. So you buy that one box and you can play with it. And some updated rules as well. And I guess from a lore perspective, those additions, having new archers and new chariots and all that equipment, is kind of like suggesting that Nagash, who's the controller of the Bone Reapers, like he's looking to have a lore-wise change up his tactics and have slightly more fast and flexible armies to wage war with. At the moment, it's all like big heavy equipment, big heavy armored, you know, but skeletons basically, and some light stuff. But this looks like he's going in that direction to have light and quick, nimble, you know, forces to combat on the Age of Sigmar front. Yeah. And then the spearhead is, again, furthers that, because it's a cavalry force. It further feeds into that idea that we'll probably see some narratives where Nagash wants like more mobile armies, because having a cavalry force is very mobile and quick. Do you know what I mean? So some cool stuff from Age of Sigmar for the Bone Reapers. I wish I was into them like that, but I'm not.
Yeah, they look okay. I'm looking at them now.
Yeah,
not too bad.
Then we have Disciples of Tsinch and the Lumineth Realm Lord. So they're going to have new battle tomes, which is the codexes, new hero models, and it's kind of going to emphasize conflict during the Hour of Ruin, which is like another significant event. And so the Lumineth and Tsinch is the elves versus chaos, and it's kind of like a typical clash where the Lumineth are like obsessed with like order and enlightenment and ascension and all that stuff. Tsinch is like chaotic mutated sorcery and magic and evil magic and stuff like that and possession. So it wouldn't surprise me if with these two factions fighting we're going to see like a lot of magic based end time events, like catastrophes and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see all that new stuff. Again, I'm not for Age of Sigmar, it's not a lot of stuff that I'm too bothered by. So for me it was like it's cool, but I'm not I'm not super excited about it. Then we move on to some of our smaller chunks that we really got, which was next we had Blood Bowl, so kind of sticking with Age of Sigmar, I guess. So it's more Warhammer Fantasy. We're getting a new High Elves team, High Elves Blood Bowl team. They're like elegant, ornate, quick, ballerina style Blood Bowl team, but they're also like High Elves in the fantasy setting of Warhammer, very arrogant and up their own arse. So with finesse and elegance, you get arrogance and cockiness from them as well. And their return to the game kind of brings back like an old style. It brings back that classic themage of like finesse. I don't know if that's the right term. They kind of give off that finesse that some of the old teams you'd see in, well, especially their team in the older versions of the game, they would typically be that kind of sleek, elegant style models. And which they show if you're looking at them, which is very much encompassing of that again.
The elf team is all about. Yeah, it looked quite sick. They look crazy, actually.
I wanted the Brentonian team. I actually wanted to try and kit bash them to 40k because they've got like the eagles and lions, all that stuff. They look really cool.
Oh, this was cool. I like this.
Yeah, Blood Bowl's. I've just never got into it.
I've heard of it before, but I've never.
Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I've heard of it. Yeah,
it's a video game. Yeah.
I'll say I've never got into it. But
it's basically Madden with fantasy themes. Then we get into Warhammer animation. So Penitence, there was a new trailer for that, which is basically Sisters of Battle. In particular, the chapter for the Sisters was Sacred Rose. I think it was white armor with red roses. And it's basically like a relic escort mission that goes wrong. Involves orcs. Pretty cool mix. Sisters of Battle. I think we talked about Sisters of Battle before. They're like,
I think we did,
they're powerful, but they're not like enhanced like Space Marines, but they're stronger than your typical guardsmen because they're powered by their belief in the Emperor, which again is also quite ironic. It looks pretty cool. The trailers look really cool. Warhammer Plus is difficult sometimes because like some of the animation's really, really cool and it fits the realism of like, I guess it's not realistic, but like how I'd expect the universe to look. Some of those animations really hit it, but then they have some animations I feel like they just don't. But this looks like one of the ones that are going to hit it pretty good. So I'm excited to see when this comes out. I just wish they would release a bloody TV app.
Maybe one day. Maybe this year. You never know. They might say
don't
it.
Get me started.
New stores, new app.
Oh, yeah, US. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Hi. Then we move on to the Horus Heresy. We had two big things that came out there. So first was the Legio Custodes. I think we talked about custodians before. They're basically the protectors of the Emperor and the Royal Palace. Big ornate gold armor.
Yes.
We got new models. They also got new rule book. And again, the custodians are Emperor's personal guard, and they're basically like I believe they're basically almost independently created per person. To make them really unique and powerful. They're almost like demigods, I guess, in a sense.
Big dudes.
Yeah, they're bigger than... Yeah,
they're big dudes. The one here with their shield, the massive sword holding it down, that's crazy.
They're bigger than Space Marines.
Yeah.
Way bigger.
I can tell. You can see that.
Way bigger than Space Marines.
Yeah.
So, and the cool thing about... So you've got the new rule book coming out, which is also pretty cool. But the cool thing about these models is you can use them in 40k because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Their models are really cool. I'm not a big Custodes player, but I can appreciate why people would like them because they look badass. I think the new models and the new poses look really cool as well. There's some really unique this one with equipment variation.
It's got like a bolter gun with this knife or like a
Oh, it's their spear. Yeah,
spear.
yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know you can customize it like that.
Custodes, yes. No one else. No one else has that.
No one else has that.
Custodes are the only ones that have it.
That's wild.
A lot of their equipment comes from like the vaults of the Imperial Palace. So like their custodes know a lot of shit, and they protect. There's a prison underneath. This is a whole other thing. There's a prison underneath the Imperial Palace that has some of the darkest and scariest creatures and anything ever. If any single one thing was to get out of that prison, end.
What is there miniatures of them enemies down there?
No.
So
It's excommunicado. We have no there's shit down there.
Got to Area 51, yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. It's like Area 51. But imagine Area 51 with like Cthulhu in it. That's basically what that prison is. It's got all manner of horrors in it.
That's crazy.
If there was a prison break, which I think there usually is, if there was a proper major prison break, it could end everything. There's shit in there. I'm telling you, there's shit in there that could end the world like that. Like, not even it could end the universe like that.
That's
quick. There's a whole there's a lot of books, like a lot of the Horus Heresy books and stuff. But there's a few books on like that, the palace and the prison, and like even like with the custodes, they train. The custodes training is basically to sneak through the palace and get to like the gates of the Emperor. And if you pass that, you can be a custode.
That's crazy.
There's even stuff where like other Space Marines have gone in to try and sneak in. There's loads of it's crazy.
What, to try and be part of their squad?
Not even part, just to get shit. There's all manner. There's a lot of shit that goes on in the Imperial Palace. Custodes are cool.
I see the tanks and stuff. They've got tanks and stuff there.
Yeah, the Legions of Astartes stuff. Yes, so it's all new. Say all new. Classic super heavy tanks are coming into plastic now, but traditionally a lot of those tanks were Forge World.
That tank looks like it's got it's like a rifle. It looks like a rifle, that cannon type. What is it from? It's annoying. I've seen it in a film or somewhere and I can't remember. But it's like one of the ones that just like his charges up and it just boom, like you know what I mean? That's what it looks like.
Like a Gauss cannon.
Yeah, like it looks crazy. It's got machine guns on the side. It's quite cool.
Is that the cannon on it? I can't remember. Yeah, so super heavy tank, returns to plastic, new mobile artillery, the new journal book, like the rule book for them. It's obviously focused on war machines, tanks.
The mailed fist. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super heavy tanks like that were like quite rare and prized assets during the Great Crusade, because a lot of like that type of equipment is pre-heresy. And then when the Horus Heresy happened, a lot of this before the Horus Heresy, there was a lot of freedom in terms of like how war was raged. And then when the Horus Heresy happened, that's why kind of like conflict in 40k isn't as free to happen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Lots of that stuff, a lot of those tanks, you know, they look. I mean, I don't think there's many in active service in 40k, but as I said, they're prized assets. And the book looks to dive more into that armoured warfare element for Horus Heresy. And it's going to be cool for anybody that really digs using heavy tanks in their Horus Heresy armies. It's going to be really focused.
I've never bought in these books before, so this book here would have all the tanks from the whole Horus Heresy. Is it like that? And does it give you like the backstory of each one as well?
Yeah, it gives you some lore and stuff like that as well. Okay. Give you rules. Depending on if it's a supplement or not. If it's a supplement to the core rules, you already have some of the tanks in the main rule book, and then you'd pick that up to supplement those tanks that have released after the fact, which I think that might be. So that supplement will just be, you'd need both books to run a game, basically. Okay. Yeah, some pretty cool stuff for the Horus Heresy. I think people were very happy about what was revealed again, especially the custodes, because those models are really, really cool.
Nice. They look crazy. Quite like that now. I'm looking at them now.
Yeah, to be honest with you, custodes, you could buy a box and it'd be a kill team.
Okay.
It's not like the other stuff. Not even a kill team. You could buy a box and run it as a combat patrol. Like where I'd have like 20 Space Marines or like 100 guardsmen, you'd literally have 5 dudes.
5 dudes, that's it.
And people run custodes are over like OP. I don't know if there's so much now, but I know there's a time where custodes, my dude.
That's crazy.
And they're easy to paint. They're just gold, red, purple. Yeah. Like it's royal colours mixed with gold. Bit of black and silver. Jobs are good, mate.
Yeah, I quite like that. That might be my next one as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Custodes kill team would be pretty cool to see. It'd be literally 2 models, but
Where's your squad? I got my squad.
I've got my squad. Yeah, it's just these dudes. So lastly, I've got one last little thing, and this was a teaser for 40k. We got a symbol. There was basically 5 snippets they showed, and a symbol. Sorry, there was 5 snippets of a model they showed off.
Yes,
and it was like different bits of either the same model or different models. In particular for the Iron Warriors, which is a traitor faction. There's no proper details on it yet, but there was obviously the hints are the models. One thing that I noticed that I haven't seen online, and Chris messaged me noticing it as well, is in the symbol it looks like a temple with a skull in the middle of it, right? Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, it's a skull on the top you're talking about.
Hang on, are you on Games Workshop?
Warhammer Community. But it's is it the Eye of Terror thing you're talking about?
Hang on. What are you looking at?
It's a skull, like on the shoulder piece.
Yes, there's that. Yes.
Okay,
I'm sorry, because oh no, you can't see the other thing I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
There's basically, so it's on that. Oh, have you clicked onto the article?
I'm basically seeing like the different pieces, like the arms.
I think it's this. Hang on, I'm going to play this. Sorry, everyone, we've got time for this divulge. Hang on. Basically, you know the video that's on there. Yeah, the video. It's the video. Okay. So, if you click on the video and go to 12 seconds, you'll see what I mean. So it's the Iron Warriors, right? Chaos Legion. But this particular symbol has a very significant symbol in the middle.
Oh, yes. Okay.
You see it now? It looks like a temple with a skull. Yeah. That symbol is of the Cadian gate. So that's a Cadian symbol.
Okay.
Which no one's brought up or seen, but that's quite a significant thing, because it's one of 2 things. It either means we could potentially see more Astra stuff released, which I don't think it'll be that because this is Chaos. But one thing Chris said, and I thought about this as well, is it could mean more traitor guardsmen, more models, specifically with an alignment to the Iron Warriors. But what that could then mean, and to my point that I made just a second ago, is if we get that, it could mean that we get more Astra Militarum stuff as well. But that, I've not seen it anyway, but I think people are overlooking the fact that the Cadian gate symbol's in the middle.
Symbol, yeah. I've probably not even think about a symbol.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. This either hints at a new set of Iron Warrior models, which it probably is. However, if this is the one model, this is potentially hinting to a new Primarch.
A new Primarch.
And it'll be the Iron Warriors Primarch, obviously. So yeah, it was a pretty cool teaser. I wish there was more to see of it. I think, as I said, the Cadian Gate symbol is a big part of whatever that's being.
Big giveaway almost.
Yeah, it's a big thing there. Yeah, I think it was a pretty cool reveal show, to be honest. I think it was some really cool stuff across the board. As I said, nothing like super crazy that I want to jump out at, but I think it was a good amount of stuff to give a good idea like what the next few months and releases are going to look like up until the next preview show, which I think they said is in like 4 months.
Okay.
So we've got all of this to kind of flesh out between now and then. We've talked about this as well. We've got all the new stuff that's coming up for pre-order this weekend.
Okay.
But by the time we record the next episode, that will all come out. But I'm going to go into more detail about what's coming out, especially because the Space Wolves that we talked about, that I was suggesting for you to get, that kill team, that comes out as well. Obviously not saying you're going to get it straight away, but at least that means if you pick that box up and get it made and stuff, we can start playing games when you like tonight. Like when you come back to mine, if we have an hour or two, we can just play a game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
definitely gonna get these.
Yeah, they're cool. I think I said it before. Sometimes I regret choosing to do Space Wolves as my 30k army, but we move. We're here now. But yeah, I'm going to go into more detail next week for the weekend stuff, because obviously by the time we do the next one, that's coming around. But that's all I've got for Warhammer stuff this week. That's everything. Mum's the word. Bish bash bosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all we got. Mum's the word.
So we got this week, guys. And again, appreciate you guys all listening. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. But I say over next week should be a lot more news as well. I know.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff.
You got the pre-orders and stuff, and a lot more.
Oh, you got the Xbox showcase by then.
Exactly, showcase 2 days time after this. So next week, we're talking about the showcase.
Yeah,
but yeah, excited.
Cool.
So catch us on Spotify every Thursday. I'll say every Thursday, but
well, the next few weeks potentially could be every Thursday, but it's at least in the week.
It'll be in the week. It will be on Spotify. Appreciate everyone gives us a follow. Leave a comment as well. Also, 5 stars or like the show as well helps us as well. We're on YouTube as well. Post every week as well on YouTube. Same thing. Subscribe to the channel there. Give us a follow. Like thumbs up and like all that stuff. Share it. We appreciate all that. On our Instagrams, Starline Forge on the Instagrams, all the miniatures and stuff that he's selling and doing. I know he's said collabs in the future as well happening.
Yes.
For me, Game Party Pro, for the game parties, hit me up as well. I'll be down to do that for sure. And yeah, that's it. And I say Twitch as well. I know we haven't been on Twitch last couple of weeks, but we will get back to it very soon.
Cool.
But yeah, until next week, guys. Peace.
See ya.